Good morning, students. Students, in the last class, we have finished revising our fourth chapter, that is, the story of Grace Darling. And after that, students, today we are going to make a revision on the poem that has been included in this chapter itself. And the name of the poem is Rain in Summer. Now, students, at first, let me read out the poem for all of you. Rain in summer. How beautiful is the rain after the dust and heat. In the broad and fiery street, in the narrow lane, how beautiful is the rain. How it clatters along the roofs like the tramp of hoops. How it gushes and struggles out from the throat of the overflowing spout. Across the window pane it pours and swift and wide, with a muddy tide. Like a river down the gutter roars, the rain, the welcome rain. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. So students, after that, let me first give you a short summary of what has been depicted in this poem. So students, we know that we have 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn and winter. And out of these 4, the poet is mainly describing the feeling of falling rain in the summer season. Actually, he is describing summer, as the name of the poem is Rain. So just don't go with the flow and don't think that the poet is telling about a rainy season, but actually he is talking about summer, rain in the summer season. So the poet, he tells us that the rain is very beautiful, and especially it looks more charming after the summer season. But why? Because student, we all know that in summer the environment becomes very much hot and dusty, and in such a situation the cold rainwater, it washes off this heat and dust from the streets. That's why he says that the rain in summer is very beautiful. He also says that the rain falls from the sky on the roofs of the houses, and it made a rhythmic sound while doing so. And here the falling of the raindrops are being compared with the hoofs of the horses. Hoofs of the horses means the foot of the horses, means when the horse walks it makes a sound. So the poet compares this sound of the walking horse with the falling raindrops. And the raindrops, it spills out of the heavily filled clouds. The poet here also added that the raindrops pours across the window panes, and it constantly spills here through the window panes continuously and quickly. Because of the continuous falling of the rain, the gutters, it becomes full of water and mud, and sometimes the gutter makes a sound as if it is roaring like a river. So that's why the poet, he loves the rain, especially after the summer season, and he welcomes the rain with his wide open arms. So student, this is the main idea that has been told by the poet through this poem to us. So I hope that you have understood the story. Now student, let me give you the important word meanings from the poem, and they are broad, which means large or wide, fiery, which means very hot or scorching, then street, which means road, then tramp, which means marching sound, sea, hoofs, which means the horny parts of the foot of horses, then gushes, meaning floods, spout, which means a tube or lip through which the liquid can be poured, swift, which means happening quickly, then panes, which means sheet of glass in a window, then muddy, which means covered in mud, and the last and not the least one is gutter, which means the channel for water. So these are the important word meanings from this poem. So after the word meaning, next important thing which comes here is the important textual question answers. So student, as the question answers have already been given to you, that's why here I am not reading out all those once again. If you want to look after the question answers once again, you can go to my previous videos as I have not made them private. So after the question answers, next come the literary devices. The literary devices which we find in this poem. So the main literary devices which we find here are simile and metaphor. Now student, let me tell you what is a simile and what is a metaphor. A simile is a figure of speech that directly compares two things using the words as and like. On the other hand, metaphor is the comparison of one thing to another without the use of words like and as. So student, if you go through both the definition of both these devices, you can see that both the devices works, they just did comparison. Both of their work is to compare things, but their way of comparing is something different. The first one, that is simile, it compares two things and it shows the comparison with the use of the words as and like. On the other hand, metaphor, it also compares two things, but it doesn't use the words like as and like and as. So it doesn't use these words. Okay, so just remember this thing. If you find like or for as in the poem, you will find that it is the simile. But if the comparison has been made without the words as or like, then it will be a metaphor. And for your better understanding, here I have included two examples. The first example is, she is as innocent as an angel, and the second example is, she is angel. So student, in both the sentences the meanings are same. Here the meaning is that the comparison has been made between a girl and an angel, but in the first instance we have used the word as, and in the second instance there is no as or like. That's why the first sentence, that is, she is as innocent as an angel, it is a simile because of the use of the word as. But the second sentence, she is angel, it is a metaphor because here we have not used the word like or as. So students, I hope that you have understood that what is a simile and what is a metaphor. Now here are the similes and metaphors that we can find in this poem, and the two similes and two metaphors are there. And the first two similes are like the tramp of foot, and number B is like a river down the gutter road. And the metaphors here are fiery street and from the throat of overflowing spout. So these are the metaphors and simile which has been included in this poem. So student, with it we have finished our discussion on the poem Rain in Summer. So, and with it we have also finished our revision classes, as we have finished our part A book. So So student, from the next class itself, we shall start with a new chapter and with a new book, means your part B book. So student, as for now, thank you so much. This is the end of our today's class.